My wife left me and our 7-year-old daughter for a younger man. When she returns, I discover a secret she's been hiding for years. I never imagined I'd be sharing my story on Reddit, but here I am, desperately seeking advice. I'm Jacob, 36M, and I've been married to Tamara, 34F, for 10 years. We have a wonderful daughter, Amelia, 7F. Until 6 months ago, I thought we had the perfect life. Now, I'm not so sure. Tamara and I met during our sophomore year of college. We were both marketing majors, and we hit it off immediately during a group project. I was drawn to her quick wit and infectious laugh, while she said she loved my easygoing nature and sense of humor. We started dating soon after and became inseparable. After graduation, we moved to the city together to start our careers. It was a challenging time. We were both entry-level employees working long hours, trying to make ends meet in an expensive city. But we had each other, and that made everything easier. We'd often stay up late, sitting on the floor of our tiny studio apartment, eating takeout and dreaming about our future. 3 years into our relationship, I proposed. It wasn't anything fancy. We were on a hike, and when we reached the summit, I got down on one knee. Tamara cried happy tears and said yes immediately. We got married a year later in a small ceremony surrounded by our closest friends and family. Amelia came along 2 years into our marriage. It wasn't planned, but we were overjoyed. I still remember the day Tamara told me she was pregnant. She had made my favorite dinner and had a tiny pair of baby shoes on the table. I was ecstatic but also terrified. Were we ready to be parents? The first few years of Amelia's life were a whirlwind. We were both trying to advance in our careers while figuring out how to be parents. It was exhausting but also incredibly rewarding. Tamara was an amazing mother, always patient and loving with Amelia. I tried my best to be a hands-on dad, changing diapers, doing night feeds, and later reading bedtime stories. As Amelia grew older and started school, things settled into a routine. Tamara and I were both doing well in our jobs. We had moved to a nice house in the suburbs, and life seemed good. We had our challenges, of course. We sometimes argued about household chores or whose turn it was to pick up Amelia from school. But overall, I thought we were happy. About a year ago, Tamara started complaining about work stress. Her company had been acquired, and the new management was making a lot of changes. She was working longer hours and often came home frustrated. That's when she decided to try yoga. She said a colleague had recommended it as a great way to de-stress. At first, I was supportive. Tamara seemed more relaxed after her classes, and I was glad she had found a way to cope with her stress. She went to classes 3 times a week, sometimes more. I didn't mind. I used that time to have daddy-daughter evenings with Amelia, which we both enjoyed. Looking back, I should have noticed the changes. Tamara started spending more time on her appearance. She bought new workout clothes, changed her hairstyle, and wore more makeup. She was always beautiful, but suddenly she seemed to be trying harder. She also started being more secretive with her phone, always keeping it face down or taking it with her everywhere. I remember one evening when I came home early from work, hoping to surprise Tamara with flowers. It was our anniversary, and I had made dinner reservations. But when I got home, Tamara wasn't there. I called her, and she sounded flustered, saying she had forgotten about our plans and was at a special yoga workshop. She came home late that night, apologizing profusely. I was hurt but brushed it off, thinking she was just stressed from work. 2 months ago, I came home early from work again. This time, I found Tamara packing a suitcase. When I asked her what was going on, she broke down and told me she was leaving. She said she had fallen in love with her yoga instructor, Alex, 28M, and they were moving in together. I was shocked and devastated. I couldn't believe this was happening. The worst part was telling Amelia. Tamara said she needed time to find herself and would call Amelia regularly. She left that night, leaving me to pick up the pieces of our broken family. I still remember Amelia's confused face, asking where Mommy was going and when she'd be back. It broke my heart to see her so upset. The first few weeks were a blur. I took time off work to be with Amelia, who was confused and upset. Tamara called a few times to talk to Amelia, but the conversations were short and awkward. I tried to keep things as normal as possible for Amelia's sake, but it was hard. Amelia started having nightmares and would often crawl into my bed in the middle of the night, asking for her mom. I threw myself into being the best single dad I could be. I learned to cook better meals, helped Amelia with her homework, and tried to make our weekends fun and memorable. We started having movie nights every Friday, complete with popcorn and pillow forts. On Saturdays, we'd go to the park or the zoo. I wanted Amelia to know that even though her mom was gone, she was still loved and cared for. It wasn't easy juggling work and single parenthood. There were days when I felt overwhelmed and inadequate. I missed Tamara terribly, not just as my wife but as my partner in parenting. We had always been a team, and suddenly I was doing it all alone. About a month ago, Tamara called me. She was crying and said she had made a huge mistake. She said things with Alex weren't working out, and she missed us. She wanted to come home and work things out. I was stunned. Part of me wanted to say yes immediately. I missed her, and I knew Amelia needed her mom. But another part was angry and hurt. How could I trust her again? Tamara told me that living with Alex had been a wake-up call. He was younger and not ready for the responsibilities of a relationship with a woman who had a child. She said she realized what she had thrown away and wanted a chance to make things right. I told Tamara I needed time to think. I haven't given her an answer yet. Amelia doesn't know her mom wants to come back. I'm torn between wanting to keep our family together for Amelia's sake and protecting myself and Amelia from getting hurt again. I don't know what to do. Should I give Tamara another chance? Or is it better for Amelia and me to move on without her? The thought of letting Tamara back into our lives is both tempting and terrifying. What if she leaves again? How will that affect Amelia? On the other hand, I remember the good times we had, the love we shared, the family we built together. Is it worth throwing that all away? Can we rebuild what we once had? I'm lost and confused. Any advice would be appreciated. How do I protect my daughter while also considering the possibility of keeping our family intact? Is it even possible to trust again after such a betrayal? Update 1. It's been a month since my last post, and I wanted to update you all on what's been happening. First, I want to thank everyone for their advice and support. Your comments gave me a lot to think about and helped me gain perspective on the situation. After much deliberation, I decided not to take Tamara back immediately. Instead, I suggested we try family counseling first. I wanted to understand why she left and if she was truly committed to our family. Tamara agreed, seeming genuinely remorseful. We've had 4 sessions so far with a therapist named Dr. Anderson. She's been incredibly helpful in facilitating our discussions and helping us navigate this difficult situation. In our first session, Tamara revealed that she had been feeling unfulfilled in our marriage for a while. She said the demands of work and parenting had taken a toll on our relationship, and she felt like she had lost her identity. She talked about how, over the years, she felt like she had become Jacob's wife and Amelia's mom, but had lost touch with who Tamara was as an individual. Tamara explained that when she started yoga, it was initially just about stress relief, but as she got more involved in the classes, she started to rediscover parts of herself she thought she had lost. Alex, her yoga instructor, noticed this change in her and started paying her extra attention. Tamara said Alex made her feel young and carefree again, reminding her of the person she was in college. However, the reality of living with Alex quickly set in. He was immature and not ready for the responsibilities of a relationship with a woman who had a child. Tamara realized she had made a huge mistake, but was too ashamed to come back immediately. During our second session, we discussed how to tell Amelia about the situation. With Dr. Anderson's guidance, we sat Amelia down and explained that Mommy was thinking about coming home, but we needed to work some things out first. Amelia was excited but also wary. She asked if Mommy would leave again, which broke my heart. We assured her that we were working hard to make sure that wouldn't happen, but we also didn't want to make promises we couldn't keep. The third and fourth sessions focused on rebuilding trust. Tamara suggested she move back into the house, but sleep in the guest room. She wanted to be there for Amelia and show me she was serious about making things work. After discussing it with Amelia, who was thrilled at the idea, I agreed to a trial period. It's been 2 weeks since Tamara moved back in. Things are strange. Having her in the house again is both familiar and unsettling. Amelia is happy to have her mom around, but I can tell she's afraid to get too attached in case Tamara leaves again. The first few days, Amelia would cling to Tamara, not wanting to let her out of her sight. It was heartwarming but also sad to see. As for me, I'm still processing my feelings. Seeing Tamara every day brings up a mix of emotions. Love, anger, hurt, hope. We're taking things day by day, focusing on co-parenting Amelia and rebuilding our friendship before anything else. One positive change I've noticed is that Tamara seems more present and engaged with Amelia. She's been helping with homework, making time to play, and really listening when Amelia talks. It's as if she's trying to make up for lost time. We've also been trying to establish new family routines. We've started having family game nights once a week, which Amelia loves. It's been nice to see us all laughing together again, even if there's still an underlying tension between Tamara and me. Tamara has also been making efforts to reconnect with me. She's been cooking some of my favorite meals and asking about my day. It's a small gesture, but it reminds me of the early days of our relationship when we used to share everything with each other. However, trust is still a major issue. I find myself wondering where Tamara is when she's not at home. Is she really at the grocery store? Or is she meeting someone else? I hate feeling this way, but I can't help it. Tamara has been patient with my doubts, always showing me receipts or calling me from wherever she is to reassure me. We're also dealing with practical issues. Tamara left her job when she moved out, so she's currently unemployed. We're trying to figure out how to handle finances and whether she should look for a new job or focus on rebuilding our family for now. I'm cautiously optimistic, but also scared. What if this doesn't work out? What if Tamara leaves again? I'm trying to protect my heart while also being open to the possibility of reconciliation. It's a difficult balance. Our next counseling session is tomorrow. We're going to discuss boundaries and expectations going forward. I'll update again after we've had more time to see how this new arrangement is working out. For now, we're taking it one day at a time, trying to rebuild what we once had while also acknowledging that things can never be exactly as they were before. Update 2: It's been 3 months since Tamara moved back in, and I wanted to give you all an update on our situation. A lot has happened, and I'm still trying to process it all. Things have been complicated. On the surface, we've fallen into a routine that works. Tamara has been amazing with Amelia, helping with homework, making dinners, and really putting in effort to rebuild their relationship. Amelia seems happier and more settled. She's been doing better in school, and her teacher mentioned that she seems more confident in class. However, my relationship with Tamara is still strained. We've continued with counseling, which has been helpful in working through some of our issues. Tamara has been open about her regrets and has taken full responsibility for her actions. She's also been respectful of my need for space and hasn't pushed for more than I'm ready to give. Last month, we had a breakthrough in counseling. Tamara revealed that her affair with Alex wasn't just about feeling young again. She had been struggling with depression for years but had hidden it from me. The yoga classes were initially her way of coping, but then Alex came along and offered an escape from her feelings. This revelation hit me hard. I felt guilty for not noticing her struggles and angry that she hadn't confided in me. But it also helped me understand her actions a bit better. I remembered times when Tamara seemed withdrawn or unusually quiet, but I had chalked it up to work stress or being tired from taking care of Amelia. I wish I had pushed harder to understand what was really going on. Tamara has since started individual therapy to work on her depression. She's been going twice a week and says it's been helping her understand herself better. She's also started taking medication, which she says has made a big difference in her mood. As for us, we've started having weekly date nights where we talk about our feelings and our hopes for the future. It's been difficult but also healing. Last week, we went for a walk in the park where I proposed to her. We sat on a bench and talked for hours about our relationship, the good times, the bad times, and everything in between. It was the most honest conversation we've had in years. I'm starting to see glimpses of the woman I fell in love with all those years ago. Tamara's smile, which had been rare in the months before she left, is starting to come back. She laughs more, especially when playing with Amelia. It reminds me of why I fell in love with her in the first place. However, trust is still a major issue. I find myself checking Tamara's phone when she's not around, which I know isn't healthy. Tamara has given me full access to her accounts and always tells me where she's going, but I still have moments of doubt. Dr. Anderson is helping us work through these trust issues in our sessions. Amelia has been doing better. She's less anxious now that Tamara has been home for a while, but she still occasionally asks if Mommy is going to leave again. We reassure her every time, but I know it will take time for her to fully trust again. We've been trying to create more family memories. We recently went on a weekend camping trip, which Amelia loved. Seeing Tamara and Amelia roast marshmallows together by the campfire made me realize how much I've missed our family unit. I'm still unsure about our future as a couple, but I'm committed to giving this a real try for Amelia's sake and for the love we once shared. We're taking it one day at a time. There are good days and bad days, but we're both putting in the effort to make this work. It's been a journey of ups and downs, but we've made significant progress. After a lot of soul-searching and countless hours of therapy, both as a couple and individually, Tamara and I have decided to give our marriage another chance. It hasn't been an easy decision, and we both know we have a long road ahead of us, but we're committed to making it work. The turning point came during a family vacation we took last month. We rented a beach house for a week, just the three of us. It was the first real vacation we'd taken since before Tamara left. I was nervous about spending so much uninterrupted time together, but it turned out to be exactly what we needed. Watching Tamara and Amelia build sandcastles, hearing their laughter, and seeing the genuine joy on both their faces made me realize how much I missed our family unit. One evening, Amelia fell asleep early, exhausted from a day of swimming and playing. Tamara and I sat on the beach, watching the sunset. It reminded me of our early dating days when we'd dream about our future together. That night, we had a long, honest conversation. We talked about our fears, our hopes, and what we both wanted for our future. Tamara opened up about her depression, explaining how it had made her feel disconnected from everything, including me and Amelia. She talked about the guilt she felt for leaving and how she was working hard in therapy to become a better person, wife, and mother. For the first time in a long time, I felt like we were truly connecting. I shared my own fears of being hurt again, of not being enough, of failing as a husband and father. It was scary to be so vulnerable, but it also felt liberating. Since then, things have been different. We're both putting in the effort to communicate better, to show appreciation for each other, and to prioritize our relationship. Tamara has continued with her therapy and has made significant progress in managing her depression. She's also found a new job that she loves, which has helped her regain her sense of self. As for me, I've been working on forgiveness. It's not easy, and there are still days when the pain of Tamara's betrayal resurfaces. But I'm learning to let go of the anger and focus on the present and future. I've also started individual therapy to work through my own issues and insecurities. Amelia has blossomed with the stability at home. Her grades have improved, and she's more outgoing and confident. She's joined the school drama club and is excited about an upcoming play. It's heartwarming to see her so happy and carefree again. She still occasionally asks if we're going to stay together, but the fear in her eyes is lessening each time. We've decided to renew our vows on our next anniversary. It's a symbol of our commitment to each other and to our family. We're not naive enough to think everything will be perfect from here on out, but we're both dedicated to making our marriage work. Tamara and I have also been working on rebuilding our intimacy. It's been a slow process, but we're rediscovering each other in new ways. We've started having regular date nights again, trying new restaurants or just going for walks together. Last week, we even took a dance class together, something we've always talked about but never did. We're also making an effort to create new family traditions. Every Sunday, we have a big brunch together, with Amelia helping to make pancakes. It's become a highlight of our week, a time when we can all relax and enjoy each other's company without the pressures of work or school. There are still challenges, of course. We had a big argument last month when Tamara ran into Alex at the grocery store. She told me about it immediately, but it brought up a lot of old feelings and insecurities. We worked through it in therapy, but it was a reminder that healing takes time and that there will always be bumps in the road. To those who are going through similar situations, I want to say that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. What worked for us might not work for everyone. But if both parties are willing to put in the hard work, there can be hope for reconciliation. Thank you all for your support throughout this journey. Your advice and encouragement have been invaluable. We're taking things day by day, but for the first time in a long time, I'm hopeful about our future. Comments user 1 Wow, what a roller coaster. I'm glad things are working out for you, Jacob. Just remember to keep those lines of communication open. User 2 I don't know, man. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Be careful. User 3 as someone who's been through something similar, I can say that reconciliation is possible, but it takes a lot of work. Good luck to you and your family. User 4 I'm happy for Amelia. Kids often suffer the most in these situations. Wishing you all the best. User 5 have you considered that Tamara might just be settling because things didn't work out with Alex? Don't be a backup plan, Jacob. User 6 it's great that you're both in therapy. That's so important for working through these issues. Rooting for you guys. User 7 this gives me hope for my own situation. Thank you for sharing your story. User 8 remember to take care of yourself too, Jacob. It's easy to get lost in trying to fix everything for everyone else. User 9 you're a strong person, Jacob. No matter what happens, you'll get through this. Your daughter is lucky to have you. User 10 marriage is hard work, even without infidelity. Kudos to you both for putting in the effort. I hope it works out for you.